It's time for the Mad Dog Show, coming to you from the heart of the Bulldog Nation. The Mad Dog Show is proudly sponsored by Griffin Lumber and Hardware, The Sanford Company, ASP Pool Company, Bibb Distributing, Butler Automotive, Sellers Construction, Beach Services, Pelicano Construction, The Dog Bone, Go Clean Co., Macon Monogramming, Bulldog Illustrated, and Walthall Oil. And now, here he is, the Mad Dog.
All right, so we are in experimentation mode tonight. I'm surrounded by distinguished Georgia Tech graduates. You'd think Georgia-Bama week, all we would talk about is Bama, but that gets old. There's only so much of that you can talk about, and as I've been saying, much to the delight of my Tech friends, they are having one heck of a year. So we have right here Matt Rose, Tech graduate, Gene Dunwoody, Tech graduate, Charlie Boswell, Tech graduate. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thanks.
To the studio.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
And you guys are obviously undefeated. I have started, ironically, the hype. Haynes King for Heisman. Haynes for Heisman, it rolls right off the tongue. I think the guy is a great quarterback. I think he's a great football player. Doing it both, with his feet and his arm. I think he's got great coaches around him. I think he's got a great offensive coordinator in Buster Faulkner. And I just want to know, kind of what you guys are thinking and feeling.
Well, in true fashion, when you made that recommendation, I went full Colonel, put a little bit on him for.
And the odds you got were?
33-1.
Which they've dropped. I mean, I think they had been prior to that like twice that high. Maybe that was preseason.
Well, when you watch Florida's quarterback play and you watch Arch Manning play, somebody else has to move up.
Exactly. And who else is really out there quarterback-wise other than maybe Carson Beck that's standing out? And I think that's probably his primary competition.
Yeah, but Miami's always 4-0.
Oh, I like that. I like that. He said Miami's always 4-0.
It's too bad we're not playing them this year. After last year, we ruined their season.
You did ruin their season. And, you might get a shot at them in the ACC championship game. You never know.
When Haynes King, the Heisman Trophy was really for the best football player, college football player. It doesn't have to be necessarily the best pro. And he's the most valuable player probably to a team than anybody. I can't imagine. He's a warrior.
He is. He's kind of like the spiritual leader, if you will. People just draw from him and what he's doing, and it just gets the team, it seems to, get him more fired up as he goes.
You just got to stay healthy.
That's what they're all worried about. Like, I was worried that he played more than, the first half of that game on Saturday. They should have pulled him out. And we've got to get back up.
Yeah, well, and I think I was about to say what I believe you said was that, everybody's saying, will he make it through the season because, the style of football he plays, But Philo, I think, is the true quarterback, and the one I think you said Buster Faulkner said, if anything happens to him, we'll just put Philo in and he'll run my true offense.
Right.
That was from a local football coach that knows Faulkner well.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sure can't hurt to have that guy as your second stringer because he got a good bit of playing time last year, if I remember right.
Yeah, he did.
Against Miami, too.
Against Miami.
And NC State.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Miami fan base and why you might think that they don't embody your typical college fan base.
One story, when my girls were younger, we were at a Miami game, and these two guys every other word was F this, F that, middle of the Tech section.
Right.
And people were like, hey, there's kids around me. And they're like, F you. And then they picked a fight with like 10 Tech people, and as funny as that may seem, even 10 Tech people could whip 2 Miami guys. And they got thrown out of the stadium. And I'm like, maybe I can sit in the Georgia section, get along with people great. Georgia people sit in our section, get along great. Other fan bases, but Miami. No.
Well, and it was like we were talking about, they're really not a traditional type of college fan base. They're really like a pro fan base with the jersey wearing and the face painting, and just all the shenanigans that they do.
Medallions.
They're like, Joe
Swag.
Sixpack showing up on Sunday for a pro game.
Probably not a lot of Miami listeners to your pod right now.
That's fine. We would like to have
No,
more Miami
it's-
listeners, so we're going to talk trash about you just to piss you off. No, but I could definitely see ACC championship being Tech and Miami. And now it makes me want to shift to this. Are you guys believers in FSU this year?
I'm not.
You're not.
Mm-mm.
I'm not yet, but I tell you what, Gus Malzahn as the OC could be kind of the
That could
game
be
changer
game
that they
changer.
needed. Yeah.
Coaching is everything.
And I saw that quarterback with Boston College 2 years ago, and he lit us up. And
Yeah.
Really?
Granted, we had over 3. It was Collins. He was at
Mhm.
BC as a freshman or sophomore. and
Right.
He's a good player if he gets time to run around and throw the ball.
What's his name again?
Castellanos.
Castellanos. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great against
So I
Bama.
watched him live once. That's the only
Right.
thing. I know. He's better than DJ.
We kind of wrecked their
Ukulele.
season last year. They were supposed to be a
Most
preseason.
people are.
David doesn't like that. He claims they repped him the year before.
We wrecked them. They were already wrecked when they showed up across the pond.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. And then last year their season was terrible. It's kind of like Clemson this year. I mean, it's Clemson, they lost that game to LSU and then they turned around and lost to us. And then now losing to Syracuse, it's, it could be one of those.
That's a great
It could be
comparison.
a 3-9 season.
They're hurting our power ranking.
They are hurting your
Yeah, they
power
are.
ranking.
And that's going to be a worry. But it doesn't really matter if you keep winning your games.
Well, Clemson was playing the teams very close until Syracuse this week, and then it just looked like they just quit on each other.
Syracuse was the much better team the whole game.
Exactly. Fran Brown wanted to take a shower. He made sure he had the team fired up. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Fran Brown, the coach of Syracuse, Ray might not know. If he loses, he doesn't take a shower because he doesn't think he deserves it. Oh,
His wife makes him sleep downstairs because of that.
okay. Is that true? I didn't know that. The next
No,
part
he
of
said
that.
in an interview.
Oh, yeah.
That's Syracuse.
And I don't
State
blame
game's
her.
gonna be a big
I
deal.
don't blame her either. But it's a hilarious thing for him to do. Just to punish himself. I don't deserve a shower. I'm sleeping downstairs.
That Syracuse game's going to be a big one for us if we keep winning.
Well, that's the one when I looked at your schedule, I was like, that's the one that I could see giving y'all problems, but I think they can give anybody problems.
Well, we need to see how good their backup quarterback is because their starter's out for the year.
Oh, he is?
Syracuse?
Was that Achilles?
Or as they would say in NCAA, a lower leg.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a knee or an ankle.
Yeah, that
It's
play,
bad.
I mean, he couldn't even walk off the field.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who do y'all have this week?
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest.
At Wake Forest.
Now, you
So-
like to go to one away game
Yeah.
a year. Which game are you going to this year?
Well, I was going to go to the Colorado game, which you went to, and couldn't go. And I'm going to go to the Boston College game.
Boston
And
College.
just going to go up there and go to Boston and eat some lobster and go to the game. And thought about maybe going to that NC State game.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good game. That's in, 3 weeks, I think, NC State. Of course, they lost Saturday
To Duke.
to Duke. So,
Boz, tell us about the atmosphere in Colorado for that game.
Well, it's like my brother-in-law said. He goes, "This isn't the SEC where people show up the night before and Winnebagos and start camping out and building fires and drinking."
Right.
But he goes, "It's going to be a good crowd." The stadium was probably the size of Tech's, call it 55,
Right.
but it was a great atmosphere. The fans were really nice,
Yeah.
and everything's right there on campus in Boulder's 90,000.
Right.
Wonderful place. I recommend going. I know Georgia had a series with them about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Great place to go.
Now, is it true what Dion has alluded to about, by halftime, they're just sparking Jays up in the crowd and passing them around, and the fog comes down from the upper level?
you'll comment on that, Matt?
No comment. No,
Did you see any of that?
no. Actually, not in the stadium. What was funny is I remarked that this past week I was walking out the parking deck to walk down to the bridge to where we were tailgating, and you walk out of the parking deck and you get this waft of a smell we all know that other people do. And, and these guys behind me were like, damn. And I was like, look, I went to Amsterdam a couple of years ago, and all my friends asked me, what was that like with the smells? I said, it smells like Midtown Atlanta.
Or the Walmart in Macon on Zebulon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the carpool line at Springdale Elementary.
Right.
Check. No, but I would recommend, because Boulder's such a clean city, and
Mhm.
it's everybody's really nice there.
Right.
I would do it again.
You had family that lived out there at one point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they any still out there?
My sister and stepbrother.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
stepbrother.
Brother-in-law.
Right. Yeah. And Tech obviously won that game, broke Deion's heart. And what has Colorado done now? I don't know.
They've switched quarterbacks 3 times, went back to their starter. I think they're 3-2 now.
Okay.
But they went back to the guy who started against us. They started
Right.
the second string guy, they started third string guy,
Right.
and he's just been. I watched a little of it Saturday night because it was on
Right.
when Florida Miami wasn't on.
All right. So mechanical engineer,
That's correct.
Architect.
Industrial engineer.
industrial engineer. Matt, you've got Techwood Precision Enterprises. I'd already thought it was engineering. Was it engineering at one point and you changed the name?
The Secretary of State,
Did not like that. Is there a little duplication there?
long story. To be an engineering company, you have to be a professional engineer, and a professional I'm not.
Oh, you're being hard on yourself.
Which means you have to take the exam and be
Correct.
registered with the state.
That's right.
You're a professional engineer.
Things the University of Georgia graduates do not know.
They don't have any of that stuff.
We do have an engineering school now, don't we?
Mhm.
You do.
Yeah.
You have an
Yes, you
electrical
do.
engineering school. And I've got 3 engineers that are consultants to me. We hire engineers. I have 3 civil engineers who are all Georgia graduates.
Mhm.
And they give me a good beat down every year. So they've got a good little engineering school actually.
Yeah. And it's pretty new, isn't it?
Very new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that Tech would start a vet school and a basket weaving school, crayon art program. So we could get some of y'all's football players.
all it takes is money. I mean, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Degrees are irrelevant.
Yeah, we don't, there's something that's kind of interesting. I hadn't talked to you about this, Troy, but, Tech has been taking this, has a game at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And we're playing Georgia, which is our home game, at Mercedes-Benz because of a payout. We're getting $10 million.
Right.
And all the Tech fans are very upset about it.
Yes.
And so
We need all the money we
our
can.
athletic director just sent out an email to all the season ticket holders and said, would you be willing to pay a premium for the game against Tennessee next year to play it at Tech as opposed to
Right.
playing at Mercedes-Benz? And so our little group was talking. And, the guy behind me who's not going to the Tech Georgia game
Yes,
because he
is the
doesn't like.
answer.
Yeah.
Yes was
Yeah.
my answer to
Yeah.
that, Paul.
Yeah.
Yes,
You answered yes?
absolutely.
Yeah, so, are you willing to pay $600 or $800 for your ticket to that game?
The
And I
club section ticket was on like a couple $100 more, so.
Yeah, so I
That
think
was, that was a slight flex there.
Yeah.
Well, at club level, it's only a couple
he's,
hundred.
he's a lot wealthier than I am,
Yeah,
apparently.
That's right.
You can't have money.
I buy them from your boss. They're not my points.
Shout out to D. Copeland.
Yes.
What Mayor Bennett said about a game at the Benz is in the state of Georgia, any game at Mercedes-Benz is a Georgia home game.
Well, we would beg to differ based on what's happened there against Alabama. Because the Benz has not been nice to us.
Okay.
A case can easily be made.
All right.
And I mean, you guys are it's your home game, you're gonna have more tickets. So I dispute that.
Are you going to the Tech Georgia game?
That's my one way in on football.
Matt's
And I
going to the Tech
got
Georgia game.
beat down.
You
But
didn't
I am
get
going-
you didn't
I
get
am
beat
going-
down.
I am going to my first Georgia game in 21 years.
That one. All right, let's dream a little bit, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's just say that game is Georgia versus Georgia Tech, part 1.
You've said this before.
I've said it before, but they probably didn't hear me say it. And then things fall in the right direction for both teams.
Play again.
And there's a rematch in the national championship in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there won't be any Miami Hurricane fans there, so.
There'll be some down there just being obnoxious. But how wild would that be
I think
for
it'd be
that to
good.
happen? I mean, the NCAA and all the talking heads and all the networks, they would hate it because it's a state championship and a lot of eyeballs that would watch it just for funsies probably wouldn't. But I mean, that would be one of the coolest things ever.
we haven't, I guess this season could stack up to like our 1990 season when we won the national championship or shared it with Colorado. And it feels the same. And you've got a team, you have a coach that we think is exceptional, and you've got players that believe in the coach, and he believes in them, and there's a culture at Tech that we haven't seen in a very, very long time, I would say. And, it can happen. You just got to, Tech is famous for stumbling. We win the games that we're not supposed to win, and we lose the games that we should win typically. I think this season's different.
I think it's different too because it's a different coach and a different mentality.
Yeah.
And I think that all that kind of burns away. You were about to say something about the prospect of that game, Georgia Tech in Miami. I thought you were about to say something.
No.
No, it looked like you had something on the tip of your tongue.
Well, I can tell you this, we'll be there. Even the game day poser will go,
Oh,
won't you,
man.
Matt? We'll be
Yes.
down there.
Yes,
David,
yes.
what I would say is, last year playing on the fact it was a good game, almost a good game, and on Friday night, isolated, get it away from the Iron Bowl, get it away from Michigan and Ohio State, which they've been good. On Iron Bowl, Auburn's not been as good, but we haven't, Brent Keel admit this, we haven't lived up to our part. So it's a regional rivalry, not a national rivalry. And the start of it was last year.
Mhm.
And if we can do it again, if we can have a good record, if we can be ranked highly, Georgia's going to be ranked highly, and have another Friday 3:30 national TV game, you'll start making that game more eyeballs on it and less about hating it. Watch it.
Right.
People are like, oh, it's too good.
It's more likely for Tech to be 10-2 than Georgia to be 10-2. Well,
No.
9-2
Yeah.
when that game happens. But Tech, will that game be on a Friday this year?
Friday at 3:30.
Yeah.
Friday at 3:30. So they made it earlier because this past year was a night game, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is what it should be probably.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they might want to move it. I don't know if they
Is
could.
that set in
No,
stone?
it's already set in stone.
Okay.
TV contracts.
I'd love to be southbound and down by about 7 o'clock with Atlanta in the rearview mirror for that game. But that's going to be big, man.
We got a hotel room.
First time ever in the Benz. You guys are getting a hotel room?
Yeah.
So we were going to a Tech basketball game in February and bad traffic, and it's the first Tech basketball game I'd been to in 30 years.
Right.
So we're riding up, so it routes us off the interstate around by the bends, and we're passing by, and Georgia's with us, and they're talking about the game being there, and I looked up at that Hilton Hotel, and so I was like,
The new one, the new
Uh-huh.
45 story.
Yeah.
so I'm like, one room canceled by November 27th, and so, $400, and I'm like, okay, good, we got a room.
Yeah. Why not?
What, you got a room?
But nobody in our family ever wants to go to that game. So you and I've got 10 tickets, and I don't know. We'll find some people to go.
I guarantee you, you'll find some people to go. You could probably pay for your whole season by selling those tickets.
Yeah, we go fairly often, but it depends on the time of it. If it's a
Yeah.
night game, it's
I haven't missed a Tech Georgia game. I've missed one since I was in second grade. So
Well, the family tradition of the Dunwoodies is legendary when it comes to Tech football games. I mean, I'm being serious. You guys, I mean, it's a family affair going back how many years?
80.
Really?
Yeah.
So going back beyond your grandfather?
Yeah. Well, my grandfather back in the 40s. Yeah. Actually, in the teens. But yeah, I don't know if he went to the games or not. I can't remember.
So how many generations of Dunwoodies?
4.
4 right
Yeah,
now.
right.
And you could have, or does it go down to?
No, my son Cody is a 4th generation.
Okay.
And he's an industrial engineer at Home Depot.
That is so rare
Yeah.
to have 4 generations like that. But literally, you guys, you have your own tailgate, right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
And then how many of you will on kind of an average have like 15, 20 people in the stands?
Yeah, well, we've got 10 family members, but I'm kind of repository for people calling me that have extra. Somebody will call and say, I've got 2, I've got 4. And I'm the guy that tries to recruit people to go
Right.
to the game. So we have 16 or 18 people usually
Yeah.
going to a game. You know, a lot of people like the Temple game, for example. I walked in with 6 tickets. I even posted on Facebook, does anybody want tickets?
Right, yeah.
And a parking pass.
Right, yeah.
I mean, our fan base is we really struggle. And, you know, a statistic is that, you know, 80% of the Georgia graduates stay in Georgia, and 80% of the Tech graduates are not in Georgia,
Mhm.
and they leave. And so, you know, that along with the demographics of our fan base, to be quite honest, you know, you don't have, a lot of us can't get our kids into Tech. You have, I have, but it's very difficult.
Right.
We have a lot of friends that their kids can't get into Tech, and you lose that, you know, that energy
Yeah.
of the generations of people. So anyhow.
And I wanted to bring up something that you had mentioned before we started about Brent Key that goes right along with your fandom and him right when he got the job. What did you do?
We booked, he got fired, I guess Collins got fired on Saturday night after the game, and BJ and I booked tickets for Pittsburgh and went to that game. It was a hurricane that came through here and ended up going up through Pittsburgh, and we were at the game. It was 48 degrees, raining, and there were 50 Tech fans there, and it was really moms and dads and coaches' spouses.
Right.
And we were in there, and it was, I think Pittsburgh was like number 19 in the country, and we won that game. And you could tell that something had just happened.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time. We stayed the whole time. We got on the bus and went back with the band on their bus back to the hotel. And then we went down a rabbit hole that night. It was a pretty good time in Pittsburgh.
Sounds like that's all you can say on camera.
We were good. We got out of there. Actually,
That'll be a post-podcast story.
Yes.
you know, it's really great.
Outtakes.
Yes.
One of the things about being a Tech fan that's sad to us is that, you know, our traditional rivals of Auburn, Tennessee, of course, Georgia, you know, we don't have those anymore because we're the ACC. So, you know, we started building, we haven't had a good rivalry with, always had a good rivalry with Clemson,
Right.
Miami back in the day, and then also Virginia Tech, who's now off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, now that they brought in these California schools, we were just talking about this, it's really hard to build these rivalries. Same with y'all and some of the schools that y'all have. Of course, the thing that's interesting to me about Georgia is that, you know, y'all don't even think of us. I mean, hopefully you're going to start thinking of us as a big rival, but you've got the schools that hate you: Florida,
All of them.
South Carolina, Tennessee, Auburn, and now Alabama, who's never really worried about you.
Right.
They really, I mean, y'all will probably whoop them this weekend, I would think.
And Alabama's been living rent-free in our head for about 10 years. They have.
I will say this: it's for a school that doesn't consider us a rival, you sure get a lot of angst on, you know, negativity toward us. I'm like,
I totally consider Tech a rival.
I know you do, but a lot of people are, oh, Tech, they don't count. They're not.
That's gonna
and then
count this
all
year.
of a sudden, that's all they talk about. I'm like, well, if we're not a rival, why are you talking about
Right.
us?
Yeah, exactly.
But the last 10 years, no argument. We haven't been. And Rinky understands that. Now, hopefully it'll change.
Well, you've been a rival. It's just been, for whatever reason, it's just gone through a cycle where, you know, it's been tilted one way.
Jeff Collins.
Well, yeah, he didn't help. And it was before Jeff Collins.
The end of Paul Johnson. The end of Paul Johnson, the
When
line.
he was sticking with that veer offense.
The line was our size, though. He wasn't getting players.
Right. What I said veer. Was he running a veer offense?
Triple option.
Triple option, yeah. Was veer part of that?
Which ironically, we run a lot of read option, and the fans love it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, it looks very similar.
Yeah. Different name.
But he's in the shotgun.
Yeah,
so therefore-
different name, shotgun.
Oh,
yeah.
no, the quarterback rushed 21 times.
Yeah.
Where have I seen that before?
Right. Except it's working.
But it's modern.
Yes, it's modern.
No, Buster's great, though. We love him. And we're just waiting on y'all to just scratch him, check, and now I'll go back to taking a right turn out of his driveway instead of a left turn. Because now he comes toward Atlanta.
That's an interesting thing to bring up because there's a lot of Georgia fans that wish that we had never let him go and gone ahead and made him the OC. And then to your point about us writing a check, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the next person that's going to write a check is to him as a head coach.
Me too.
Well, you know, what happened with that is we hired him when Monken was staying. And then like 3 to 4 weeks later, Monken left.
Right.
So it was not he was like, he saw the writing on the wall. Okay,
Yeah.
I got an opportunity here.
Mhm.
Monken's entrenched.
So Monken is who screwed us.
Correct.
Yes, thank you. Great point. A lot of people that's lost on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. That is a great point.
I like
That's why you're here.
I like Monken.
That's why you're here.
Well, no, when we hired him, I was like, that's a great hire.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get a
Great
head coaching job.
Yeah.
But Tech paid him.
Could Buster go be at Clemson
Mm.
if they get rid of Dabo? I don't think they're going to cough up the money to get rid of Dabo.
No, I don't think so either. And I don't know if I think he still has kids in high school. And one made attractive about coming to Tech is literally he lives in Oconee County, so it's not, he didn't have to move.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what I was saying earlier. Literally take a left turn out of your driveway instead of a right turn.
Uh-huh.
And kids don't have to move high schools. And so I don't know that he would leave and go be a head coach at Southern Miss just to be a head coach
Right.
or
Right.
something like
Yeah.
that. I think.
How about Virginia Tech?
What would we pay him? 1.5,
Five.
which isn't a lot of money these days for those guys, but it's still a lot.
I mean,
for
quality
us.
of life has to come into play at some point. You're in Oconee County. Your kids are settled. To your point, do you really want to uproot them to go to Southern Miss? I mean, we all got a wife we got to answer to, and that's a tough sell. You know what I mean? We're going to Southern Mississippi. No offense, but you're Southern Mississippi.
Hey, honey, let's go to Hattiesburg.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hopefully he'll stick around for a while, and they're building something possibly very big,
Yeah.
and I don't think we're
At
going to
least what we said after 2 years ago is like, we can see an upside, and that's really what we wanted.
Right.
Just the record may not reflect it in 2024, 2025. Okay, so far so good. Will we blow one on the road to someone like Duke? Maybe, but at least there's an upside.
Yeah.
And that's all we want.
Who's your DC?
Oh gosh, the guy Blake Gideon,
Yeah,
because our guy left and went to. We hired a guy from Duke last year, Tyler Santucci, who was
he went to.
he was the number one. Duke had the number one defense in ACC, so we hired him away because we could pay him more. It's like y'all did do to us,
Right.
or Alabama did Jim Herr Gibbs. Hey, come over here.
Yeah.
And our defense went from 110 down to up to 35 last year,
Yeah.
which was a huge improvement.
Yeah.
And so this guy was I think he was at Texas A&M or
Mhm.
something. So it's
he's
related
defensive
to
backs
right.
coach.
the Elko
Yeah. Yeah.
family.
Mhm.
Santucci went to the Ravens
Okay.
with Monken. But that's fine. I mean, you never fault the guy for,
Yeah.
if he wants to go to the NFL and don't want to recruit and deal with the NIL
Mhm.
crap. I think it's easier probably to coach in the NFL as an assistant these days.
Probably.
So I don't know much about him at all. My defense has played okay, not
Yeah.
great, but
I was
The
just
tackling's
asking.
a lot better. The tackling is much better.
Yeah.
This year.
I was just asking because, obviously Faulkner gets a lot of the spotlight. And speaking of the spotlight, we got to talk about your kicker. 55-yard walk-off. I mean, that's every kicker's dream. I mean, he
Yeah.
just lived it right there as time expired, if I'm correct. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah, but he
Well,
was all teed up. He had plenty of time.
they went out there. I was telling people it was coaching because they ran out there. They were set, and it was like 9 seconds to go, and they just sat there. It wasn't like, hurry up, the guy's still moving.
Yeah.
There's 1 second left, snap it. They got set and let 4 seconds run off the clock and then snapped it. That is coaching. They practice it,
Uh-huh.
that situational football, and that's what we haven't had in a
Mhm.
while, or from a special teams perspective.
Trick question. What's the kicker's name?
Aiden Burke,
And what year is he?
that'd be third or fourth year.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like he was a true
No.
freshman
No.
coming out there. He's been around the block.
No, he kicked that game winner against FSU last year
Okay.
in Ireland.
And he had an off year last year. The year before, he was kind of came in and took over the job and was really good.
Mhm.
Like, okay, then he got comfortable, didn't have a great year, and then so far so good.
So you were there at that game.
Mhm.
You were there.
Mhm.
Were you there?
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yes, you were.
What game?
This game
I
Saturday.
thought you meant
Oh,
ours.
Clemson game.
Clemson game.
Yeah.
Clemson. Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Which one of y'all stormed the field?
I did not, because I'm in the upper deck. with
Feeling
the
like I may
kids.
go 0 for 3 on field storms.
Little Matt.
Little Matt Jr.
I'm too old
Yeah.
for that shit.
Little Matt won it.
Can I say
Gene was
that?
too busy crying.
Yeah, I was crying like a baby.
Did
I
you
just
really?
said,
Like
I have been overserved.
It was early. It was a long day.
You know, we talked about this earlier. I mean, as we get older, it is easier to cry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I don't mind. I listen. I don't mind crying. I mean, it was a happy day when you're as hardcore Tech fan as some of us are. But
Right.
you got to take these wins when you can.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of seasons that were really, really tough where we won 3 or 4 games or less.
Are you talking about tearing up? Or are you talking about boo-hoo crying?
I'm showing the picture.
I'm too
Were you
embarrassed to
ugly
say.
crying? Were you ugly crying?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Don't.
And you're
That's what I
going to
was
show
looking
the
for.
camera.
I don't know if I should because it's recorded. I don't want to completely damage my reputation.
It's too late.
You need these.
Well, y'all keep talking and don't let me have to dig this out.
Yeah, no, I want to look at your camera roll, Gene. They're telling both
This
of us.
is what they call the podcast business.
You look happy. You look
David,
happy.
David, this is what you call a pivot in your business.
Yeah,
Okay, let's look at his camera roll.
exactly.
Enough about Tech football.
Never know what might be in Gene's camera roll.
No, look at that. That's a happy cry.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good hat.
Yeah.
There's a bat. I would kind of show the camera there, but can't see it too well. There we go.
Here, let me see.
All right.
Let me see.
Didn't
There you go.
Didn't get any sunscreen in there.
Right there.
No sunscreen and lots of Jack Daniels.
Yep.
It was.
Oh, and the other thing is when you're a Tech fan, you normally have to drink a lot.
Do they
To
serve?
get
They
the,
serve beer in the stadium now?
yes, they
Do they
do.
serve liquor?
In y'all's boxes, they do, don't they?
It's not a box. It's like between the 35s and the lower
Yeah.
level. I mean, it's for 25 people.
Answer the question: is there liquor there?
Mhm.
Don't be shy about it.
Yeah, I wasn't shy about it.
I understand those seats are gonna cost $25,000 to get into.
Yeah,
In the
Well, if they do, then I'm out of
on the reset, yeah.
them. Like most of my Falcon fan friends that are out of that business.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, I got to jump up and go to a
Yeah,
Powder
yeah.
Puff football game.
Guess what? Just like that, 30 minutes are done, so that's a perfect time for you to go.
Oh, well, good. I'm sorry.
So I would like to thank y'all for I'm going to call this the first Mad Dog Tech Show since,
Damn, man, we might need to do some advertising with them.
Oh, hey!
I was wondering why you invited
But
Well, we'll talk about that off camera.
yeah, any sponsorship would demand him to mention us multiple times on every.
Well,
show.
I can tell you one thing.
Even
We need
during
to
your
fix.
blessings.
Oh, podcast take NIL. That's
Hey, we
fine.
need to fix up the studio a little bit. I can see.
Oh, yeah, we're
You're
working
like
on it.
Georgia Tech. You'll take $10 million to move your podcast.
You know what? For $10 million, I'll do a lot of things.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for
Yes, sir.
coming
Thank you.
again. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, it is always a pleasure. And I guess at this point, we'll just have to go out the way we started with whipping post.
With whipping post.
And hopefully none of us will be tied to the whipping post after this Saturday, specifically Georgia.
Sometimes